At the national level, first of all, it's not on a usual basis that you have so many items, so many goods coming within the country. We don't receive that at our harbor, at our customs, once at a time. So that was the first time our country was dealing with such the magnitude, like I said, of help.
There was a big influx of other smaller organisations, small groups of people who came in with very good intentions and really wanting to help, but who hadn't necessarily had any experience of working in a situation such as this.
What was overwhelming us was a number of little NGO or little religious group or private initiative or even government helping without having a clue about what are those coordination mechanisms. That was one of the main challenges.
On a mis en place une procédure d'urgence pour faciliter l'entrée de l'aide. On ne réclamait presque rien comme documentation.
We continued to ship in goods without going through customs until the first month and a half.
First couple of weeks, it was open customs for everybody, and now really looking at the quality of the goods that were entering, the expiring dates for the drugs.
And then the Haitian authorities initiated their customs process. It was quite a shock to people because they weren't used to dealing with the authorities.
Et en temps de crise, les profiteurs aussi sont présents, c'est-à-dire faire de l'argent et profiter pour faire du trafic illicite aussi.
It was easier for us. That was not the same for non-actor, non-Red Cross actors. They had to go through the day-to-day process, so that caused that stir some kind of angers, from them.
We heard from the authorities themselves that this was an issue, that there were myriad NGOs, myriad groups operating, but that many of them weren't in any way coordinating or communicating with them. And at the same time, many of them weren't looking at how they could support these authorities to increase their capacity and really assume some leadership in the process.
In one of the main places where people were in camp, different agencies were trying to work together. One little organization arrived and unilaterally decided to distribute tents. Those tents were not appropriate. They didn't coordinate it. When those people started to deliver only tents and not something else, the other started to be jealous. Well, they have tents, I don't have tents. Yeah, okay, so we had the first problem. Second one, it was said that in that camp, the tents were better than in other parts. So people come here. They didn't want to make any problem, those who give these tents. But at the end, the fact that they didn't work with the actors at the field level had a direct implication. You cannot improvise in the middle of an emergency like Haiti. You cannot say, oh, I am in the middle of an earthquake, and at the same time, we will establish filter on rules and regulation. I mean, the situation was so complicated. You had people dying around you. I mean, it was complicated. So, yeah, definitively you need to be prepared.
One of the tools that I would like to mention, it is the International Disaster Response Law guidelines, which allow the governments to enable procedures between the international actors and organization.
It should be institutional. It should be the politic of a government. It should be a state politic. So no matter who is the president at this moment of the emergency, this is what the government has established as a rule. So there is predictability.
And so for sure, ensuring that people come in who are aware of the principles, who are aware of the code of conduct and the standards would unquestionably help in situations such as this.
We had many meetings with national authorities, make sure that we are in the process of revising current administrative procedures, current laws, to make sure in the future we could put those people together with the support of the Red Cross movement, make sure that we are creating the proper tools for future, if we have to address any such disaster in the future. We hope no, but if that happens, make sure that we are prepared to deal with that in the future.